Good morning, mademoiselles and messieurs. Mystery Man 64 at your service, and welcome to my review for Kirby in the Forgotten Land. As always, I highly recommend you check out my playthrough first. There are going to be spoilers. You have been warned. Now, on with the show. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, or Realm, as I consistently called it, even though I know that's wrong, I did it anyways. As of writing this review, is the most recent mainline Kirby game, not including remakes. I'm looking at you, Returns Deluxe. Has everyone's favorite pink puffball enjoying the peaceful calm of Dreamland win interdimensional portals, not unlike the Sphere Doomer portals. Wait, the portals are like those from Returns, and a Returns remake just got announced as of writing this. Coincidence? Mayhaps. Anyways, the portals end up sucking up and distorting the fabric of space-time until our little puffball gets slurped up, to which Kirby is the one who usually does said slurpage. Laugh. Where piz... her? It? Yeah, I'm gonna go with it, cause Kirby gender's kinda up to interpretation, or just Kirby. Kirby's body gets all topsy-turvy with timey-wimey nonsense and is plopped into said forgotten land. You explore this new land until you find and rescue a small adorable mouse thing. That definitely isn't going to turn into the final boss, like the past few Kirby games where the small unassuming person you're trying to help is actually the bad guy plot twist. Your goal is to find and rescue some Waddle Dees that happen to get transported to this land, as well as trying to find a way to get back home. As you venture further into the game, you get the idea that some form of civilization used to live here. It is implied through the use of the capsules, some of which housed said important lore, and the encounter with Leongar, the leader of the Beast Pack, who's captured the Waddle Dees in the first place. In which you learn that a creature simply only known as IDF-86 was discovered and is able to create interdimensional portals, and that the residents who used to live here used it in order to transport them to a land of dreams, to quote the game directly. So, for those like myself that know and understand Kirby lore, this has a lot of implications. As much as I would love to even try to explain Kirby lore, that can be an entire thing on its own. You defeat Leongar, the creature awakens and starts to absorb everything. Insert series staple Elder Tor. Then it grabs hold of Elfilin, and surprise, surprise, the two become one and real final boss. Who could have seen that one coming? You become Truck, make angry Kirby noises, roll credits. Then the post-game happens, and the lore still isn't over, because now we have to talk about the true arena and the thing that kind of breaks Kirby lore in the butterfly, and I wish I was joking. So, the True Arena has been a staple since Superstar Ultra, in which there are boss fights or harder versions of boss fights not normally found anywhere else, like the case of Galactonite being in Returns, even though you don't encounter them anywhere else in the game. This mode has always been a point of contention in whether it is canon or not. I will always vouch for them being canon due to certain encounters making more sense. Then there's the butterfly. I have kept up with Kirby for virtually every game, so let me try to set the stage here. This has been theorized to be a thing, and I can't believe I'm saying this, since the original Dreamland with the butterflies rolling Kirby around, you know, in the little intro thing. Though the developers probably haven't been planting it since back then. No. I think it starts in Superstar Ultra when Galactonite saw their debut. Try to keep up because this is actually important, I swear. In most of the 3D cutscenes and even in the later 3D Kirby games, there is this butterfly that is usually on Kirby's face when he naps or sleeps. This butterfly, to my knowledge, still has no explanation for the things that it does. The thing that breaks it was it just absorbed Galactonite in star allies with seemingly no explanation. At the time, I would have just written it off as, oh, that's a neat reference to the beta Meta Knight design. But right when you were about to fight ID F86 at the end of the post-game, a lone butterfly enters the scene and absorbs ID F86. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of dumbfounded by this. I couldn't believe they brought back Galactonite, now Morphonite, with weird psychic ID F86 things. Still no explanation. Once beaten, Morphonite disappears and the shadow of ID F86 flees to what eventually becomes Chaos Alphaless and Chaos respectively. All of this just to make the point that everything in Kirby and the Forgotten Land appears to be canon, because Elfilin absorbs the defeated Chaos and the two become one again with Elfilin in charge. Further confirmed by the Chaos Alphaless capsule figure that you get for beating the Turarina, or Ultimate Cup Z. With all that nonsense out of the way, that was the game itself. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the first true mainline 3D Kirby game. What I mean by that is it is no longer a side-scroller, which has been the series standard, and it is not the first 3D Kirby game, as that title goes to Kirby Air Ride if I forgot one earlier than this. I wouldn't count Tilt and Tumble or Dream Course because that's isometric. That's not true 3D like Air Ride was. So what does another dimension to play around with bring to the table? Well, Kirby makes a fantastic leap in this regard. It feels as if Kirby has always played this way is how good it is. And I definitely feel the experimentation with modes like Kirby Blowout Blast playing 3-dimensional and the final boss arena and Star Allies. Though neither can compare to the sheer scale and scope of this game. All the controls translate incredibly well in full 3D. What about the abilities? The abilities that were in Forgotten Land also translate very well in 3D. The sword, for example, even keeps its combo that has been in previous titles. And even the new abilities in Drill and Gun were fun entries. Like most modern Kirbs, this game has the gimmick of mouthful mode, where Kirby can inhale an object several times Kirb's size and take some attributes from it. Such as the arch letting you glide, or car to become car. Self-explanatory, that one. It's another fun gimmick to add to the pile. Lastly, abilities themselves can be upgraded or changed to feel like completely new versions of the same power. And even later in the game, you can power up any ability so you can use your favorite form and have it still be powerful. Honestly, this game has so many things that are praiseworthy. As always, the music is top notch. It's not the hardest game in the world, so just about anyone can enjoy it. The new abilities and giving old ones a fresh coat of paint are always welcome. Kirby is just always a fun, cozy game, and it even has co-op that I barely touched upon. It has the second player's Bandana D, who is effectively the only way to play a spear. As much as I love this game, it isn't without fault. Personally, I wish it had more abilities to play around with, so hopefully that is something to add in the future. Some of the achievements to get Waddle Dees can be a pain, specifically the no damage ones. The gimmick, though fun, feels similar to both Hypernova and the Robobot, so the only complaint here is similarity to past gimmicks. And getting 100% can be a bit of a grind, though nowhere near as bad as Star Allies. Finally, the lore and surprise Eldritch Horror might throw those off not familiar with the series and scar little Timmy who thought cute pink ball game. Granted, 99% of the time, it is that. The 1% can put some off. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is, of course, a game I would recommend to just about anyone. It has a low barrier of entry, cute, wholesome, it even has stuff for the hardcore fans like myself. As much of these reviews are for the game, and remember, just my opinion, it is more than okay to have a different opinion. It is also in a way self-reflection as I look back at what I did, what I didn't do, what I would change, and what would stay the same. As I grow as a person and this channel, sometimes only time can tell. On that somber note, I have been working on a project in the background. It's nothing major, but it is something that will appear on the channel soon-ish. I gave a hint to what the next game will be that I will be doing for the channel in my Paper Mario review. I wasn't exactly sly about it, so I hope you all look forward to it. As always, I will see all of you in the next one. Until then.